if I wasn't a professional bodybuilder, I would, if I had not continued with my professional bodybuilding career at that point, that critical point where I went to Night of Champions, I wouldn't have taken steroids after. I would have stopped.
Right.
You know? And also there's a psychological side to it, a psychological addiction perhaps to steroids. It may be more than psychological, maybe it's slightly physical as well. But a lot of people get into this sport because of insecurity, because they don't feel good, and then they want to build up, to feel stronger, to feel more powerful. And, you know, steroids will allow you to take that to the next level, you know? So if your whole importance of self is built up in how big and muscular you are, you're never going to want to stop taking those steroids, because you're going to lose that when you can't, it's not, you know, you can't keep that level of development when you stop taking those hormones. You will come down to a degree. So, and there's going to be a crash. There's going to be a physical crash. There's going to be a mental crash. All those things you need to, you know, before you step on that merry-go-round, you need to think about those things.
Did you stop right away in 97? Did you scale back? I mean, do you think...
You know what I did? Like my normal, typical approach is black and white. So I actually just pretty much stopped, which was not the wisest decision.
Right.
You know, my testosterone levels were very low. I was still married at the time, and we were thinking about to try for another child. And my sperm levels were nearly non-existent. After 18 months, 2 years, my daughter was conceived. So things were coming back to normal.
Okay.
But I was 36, 37, and my testosterone did not come back in the normal healthy range. It was suppressed. It was somewhat under. So at that point, I decided to take testosterone replacement, which if I hadn't taken steroids, maybe I wouldn't have had to take that, or maybe it would have been later or so on. So, you know, there was some long-term implications in that it shut down my own production.
Okay. Do you still take replacement?
Yeah, I take, and probably most people as they get middle-aged, it's actually better for your health to keep it in that range than to have low health. That's what they're finding now. People with low testosterone have a much greater heart disease, more of that aging-related disease, diabetes, arthritis, these kind of things. Actually, one of the guys that is, you know, kind of promoting the male hormone replacement is from Birmingham. And he said he's had patients that have been on multiple medications for, you know, for these, you know, diabetes, arthritis, different things. And he put them on a testosterone replacement, basically is off all the other medications. So maybe it's a cheap way for the NHS to avoid, you know, all those other medications and problems that come with aging. They're all age-related diseases, you know.
Do you think steroids are too easily accessible now for the high school football player, you know, for the girl who wants to get in shape for the beach? Maybe that's not the best example. Or do you think there's too much of them out there? Because when you started, only bodybuilders took steroids.
Yeah, because it was some like a subculture, and it was only in that world, and people outside of it hadn't really heard that much. And I remember when I first started training, I asked a couple of guys in the gym, and they were a bit like, you know, oh no, we don't take them. Or, you know, it was a bit like that. It was like an inner circle they had to penetrate, and like, you know.
To really find out.
Yeah.
To watch the rest of this fascinating interview, click on the link below and go to londonrealacademy.com. There you can sign in with your social media, log in and watch the rest of the episode for free, along with all of our episodes on London Real, my webinars, and all of our premium content, all located over at londonrealacademy.com. So click on the link below. You'll be directed there, and you can watch the rest of this fascinating interview, and I'll see you there.